I'm a Shedeur fan. Can drop, set his feet, and throw on time. He's the most accurate guy.
I thought he was first-round talent. I don't know the guy.
The most accurate quarterback in this draft class. Not my words. Yell at Kurt Warner. Shadur Sanders, I've never painted him as some otherworldly talent, yet some of y'all in my comments think I'm some sort of glazer. I mean, it's not that he leads an all-career completion percentage amongst greats like Colt McCoy, Colt Brennan, Kellen Moore, and Graham Harrell, or the fact that he's accountable. Record of Colorado stats that include single-season passing yards, pass completion percentage, pass touchdown, single-season completion percentage, quarterback rating. All for Colorado in 2 seasons. I'm not going to talk about that because y'all are done hearing me yap about it. I have acquired some NFL legends, greats, otherwise. And since we're in the dead part of the offseason, let's hear what they have to say about Shedeur. I'm going to shut up. Y'all can't say nothing about me because I ain't got nothing to say. I read stats, and let's hear what some dude named Kurt Warner thinks about Shadur Sanders.
The Browns have the deepest quarterback room in the league
he
right now, and that doesn't even include the injured Deshaun Watson. What was your evaluation of Shadur Sanders, and how do you think he'll do there?
My evaluation was the most accurate quarterback I thought in this draft. When he sets his feet, when he's comfortable in the pocket, and he delivers the football, the ball goes where he wants it to go. And, this was a quarterback that was asked to have to win football games for his team. I don't think that can be overstated, is that, you go to a team, it's a really good team, and you become a complementary piece. Yeah, your stats might be a little bit better. Your win-loss record might be a little bit better. But to be asked to win games for your team, to have to go out there and throw the ball every single week for your team to be successful, and that's with, an offensive line that struggled over the last couple of years. I think there was a lot to like about Shadur Sanders. Improvement, and I'm a guy that always says this. All of these guys coming out of the draft this year, I believe, must improve if they're going to be really good or great quarterbacks at the NFL level. So it's not just Shadur. All of them have to get better in certain areas. But I believe there's a lot to like. And you give him a good offensive line, does he get more comfortable? If he's more comfortable, does he make more decisions on time and use that accuracy? And does that play to his favor at the NFL level?
And obviously we got a lot more NFL legends to talk about Shedeur, but Kurt Warner saying that one given time, understanding the type of line that he was put up against XYZ LMNOP, and not my words, please. So when you comment, don't yell at me, yell at Kurt Warner, the most accurate quarterback in this draft class. That's not what CFB Ting said, right? That's what some dude named Kurt Warner, I think he played in the NFL. I don't know. You let me know in the comments when you say that. So I didn't say Shadur Sanders was the most accurate quarterback in the draft class. How about some dude named Drew Bledsoe? Now, obviously, if y'all don't know, obviously he was the quarterback right before Big Bad Dog. Oh wow, we have Troy Aikman. But before we go there, let's start with Drew Bledsoe.
I thought he was first-round talent. I don't know the guy. I still, it's sort of a mystery to me why. I thought he was first-round talent. I don't know.
Again, remember what I said at the beginning of the video. I'm sorry. I'm let it play again. I didn't say nothing about this Drew Bledsoe. The NFL player said that Shedeur is a what?
I thought he was first-round talent. I don't know. I don't know the guy. I still, it's sort of a mystery to me why he fell as far as he did. But when I watch him, he's accurate. He throws with anticipation. The ones that are successful, you can almost see the future, right? You have to be able to anticipate. You have to throw guys open. If you wait to see a guy open, especially as you rise to the NFL level, then you're behind and you're just not going to be successful. Now, Shedeur seems to be able to anticipate well. I liked watching him play in college. Again, he didn't have a ton, of help up front. He was getting hit. It's another thing that I look for. It's not just the durability piece, but it's the mental toughness of knowing that you're going to get hit the next play, but still standing in there and delivering the ball and doing that over and over again. That's a hard thing to learn. It really is a hard thing to learn. I don't know if you can learn it. And Shedeur seems to have that ability to take his hits and keep battling.
Absolutely. Again, some dude named Drew Bledsoe, and I didn't even know I had this video, so I'll go ahead and we'll put it on live too. And this is what again,
franchise quarterback.
I'm not saying these things. Y'all look, before we even get into this video, I am not saying that Shadur Sanders is the greatest. I didn't even say he should start this year. I didn't even say that. I said let the kid. Hey, I think the best thing if he was drafted first overall, if he was drafted Mr. Irrelevant, is that take your time, young fella. you in the league now. I don't think there's any rush, or there should be any rush specifically for the quarterback position. Different positions are different, obviously, but for the quarterback position, hey, let him breathe for a second. Let him learn how to be an NFL pro. Not to say that he can't do it and that he doesn't have a leg up, obviously with experience from Deion Sanders, but more the merrier, right? What's it called? Sun Tzu. Is that what's called? Art of War. What am I? The only one that I remember. The art of preparation. You can never be too prepared. Let him do that. But what does Troy Aikman have to say about Shedeur?
I love his game. I've obviously been watching him for a number of years. I know his father intimately well, and wish him the best, of course, as well. So what Shedeur has been able to do has been remarkable. To start first going back to when he was young before he went off to college, but success has followed him. It's not a surprise for anyone who's followed Deion's career and what he's done as a coach as well. So I'm excited for Colorado. I'm excited for Shedeur, and really looking forward to seeing what he might do at the NFL level. My expectation is that he's going to have a hell of a career. I do think he's a franchise quarterback. I love his game.
I don't need you.
I've obviously
I appreciate
been
you.
watching him for a number of years. I know his.
Appreciate you, Troy. Again, Troy Aikman. Now, we do need to check the bias here, and as far as checking a bias, we're not just going to go to people who are favorable 100% to Shedeur. We also have Warren Moon, who is probably more favorable to the man that he allowed his number to be unretired for, Mr. Cam Ward. We do Cam Ward videos on this channel, so there will be another one coming this week. Don't you worry. I love speaking of my main man, Cam. And then more so, let's hear something that might not be as biased. Because, again, Troy Aikman, former teammate at Deion, right? Drew Bledsoe. He doesn't. I don't think Drew Bledsoe or Kurt Warner have any specific ones, except I think Kurt Warner is in media and Deion's been deep in media. But Drew Bledsoe, he said, I don't even know the dude. And he's talking to Colin Cowherd. And you know how Colin Cowherd, he'll flip and flop any way he feels about that. So let's put some of that to side. What does Warren Moon feel about the hubbub of Shadur Sanders?
I really talk about the past and what happened, but if you were to be able to talk to Shedeur, I don't know if you have, what would you tell him as he tries to win this job?
I think I would tell him you understand the things that you might have done wrong or did right throughout the process, the pre-draft process. But now you're drafted, you're in an organization, you got a chance to go in there and make a name for yourself. And it's how you go about doing it, it's how you attack it. There's nobody there that's solidified in that job at quarterback right now. Joe Flacco's in his 40s. We don't know what he has. Dylan, the kid from Oregon, he's a rookie.
Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah, none of those guys have done anything in this league so far. So I think the job is wide open for Shedeur. All he has to do is go in there, put his head down to the grindstone, and go after it and be the player that he's been the last few stops he's been at. So it's all in front of him. It's just the only thing that's affected him now is he's not a first-round draft pick, so it's the amount of bonus money he gets. Otherwise, he's still on the football team, and he has just as good a chance as anybody else on that team to make it.
Well, you know about playing with a chip on your shoulder. I imagine he'll have a pretty good one. Do you think, what are the chances he, in your opinion, who's the starter week 1 for the Browns?
Well, that's what I say. You use this as fuel, and this is good fuel for you to just go in there and show what people don't think you can do. I don't know who the first day starter is going to be. A lot of it's going to have to do with how all these guys play in the preseason, because that's what coaches look at. How do you play when the lights are on? So there's only 3 preseason games now, so you don't have as much of an opportunity to get out there and show what you can do, but you got to make the most. If you only get 5 plays, you make those 5 plays really 5 good plays.
There are some CFL rumors. That's how you started your
career.
Yes, you were in the CFL until you were 28 years old. Do you think that would be the right or wrong move for him?
I think he's fine right where he is. I think he's an NFL player. I think a lot of teams looked at him that way, but because of other circumstances, it didn't happen as far as being drafted high enough. Tom Brady was a 6th-round draft pick.
Yeah.
We look at what happened to him. So I wasn't drafted at all. You look at what happened to me. So it doesn't matter where you're drafted. It's how you handle it once you're drafted or once you get inside the NFL camp.
And then as dads, like you have your son Reichen, like Deion, it's an interesting role because you have to be very almost tempered. You have to be very disciplined in how you handle that.
Well,
as a dad.
as a dad of probably an all-time great at that position, is a whole different mindset when you play corner compared to playing quarterback. You can't act like a cornerback when you're playing quarterback. Quarterback's a humble position. You got to be respectful. You got to be a leader. You're the face of the franchise. There's so much more responsibility that comes along with it. That's what he has to understand.
I can talk to Warren Moon all day, but
now, and I remember when I initially made that video and we talked about that, because that was back way closer to the draft, or closer to, post draft. Obviously, he had already, Warren Moon had given his number up. Obviously, respect to Warren Moon, great in this game, a breaker. Forget about the collegiate level. Obviously, he's done big things for in the collegiate level when it comes to the major contributions that he's given. But talk about the NFL, where our professional going from CFL to the NFL, doing lots of major strides. Obviously, being one of those quarterbacks like the Randall Cunninghams of the world that were, hey, we can be mobile, we can do different things, and also, hey, he can be a black quarterback and lead a team. So, shout out to Warren Moon, and shout out to him for his words. And like I was alluding to, when people heard the whole, hey, you can't have a cornerback mindset at quarterback, I think it's very good. That's very good quotable material, right? That's a good, hey, that's how you get your clicks and get your quotes. But clearly he was saying that, right, in response to the way that they see the game, right? And I think that it's fair, right? And I've never been the one to deny fully that there was a misunderstanding. Maybe there was something that made people perceive Shedeur wouldn't work in the NFL team. I've never been opposed to that. My issue has always been taking it across the line of, oh, he's a terrible person, he's entitled, he's all these other things. You can say, oh, well, maybe I've sat here, again, I don't know, some of y'all don't watch the videos. I've sat here and said, hey, I can see why people hate Shedeur. I can see why that attitude might not rub you the right way. I don't like JoJo Siwa when I see her on my For You page. I barely know what it is. But the white lady, she be yelling and jumping around. She got face paint. I don't know. Is she from like Dancing Moms or something? I don't know. She makes me uncomfortable. Cause okay, I don't have any ill will toward that lady. I don't think she's some terrible lady. I've heard some terrible things about her. I don't believe that. But there's plenty of people who, hey, Shedeur does this and that, and then it becomes some other thing. Even if we believe everything that these things, Shedeur was pissed at the Giants during his pre-draft visit. The Giants had player installed, and we've talked about this forever and ever. Obviously, the Giants leaked what they leaked and got off what they got off. But obviously, Brian Daboll set up a play, and like he's done to all the other draft people, all the other draft prospects. Hey, can you recognize that intentional mistake we put in there? Apparently, it got confrontational. Even if that was true, even if, hey, he was wearing headphones in the interview, and even if those things were true. Maybe you can say entitled. That's a little different. But to say he's something past, actually being a bad person. Again, if we take these leaks from anonymous sources as bold-faced truths, right? Even then, he's not some terrible, deplorable, awful human being. And from what we've seen in the public, I know what's done in the dark comes to light, and that's the most important. That's your character, yada, yada, yada. But you got to give him character for doing some in the light. I mean, he be helping the kids, doing positive things, giving back. So I don't think he's a bane of existence. I also don't think he's some angel. Clearly, that boy was trying to be in Fast and Furious 27. But whatever. Let's hear what, again, another biased take. But I think even in Nick Saban's bias, he's got to be the most biased person. Like he's typically pretty even up about that. This is what he had to say. This is still round one. Yeah. So this is pre-draft. This is what Nick Saban had to say about Shadur Sanders.
Round. But I do think I'm a Shadur fan, because I think he played in a little different style in college because of the players around him. He had to scramble more. But when he can drop, set his feet, and throw on time, he's the most accurate guy from the quarterback position of anyone.
I mean, again, we're seeing a commonality here. These are not things that CFB teams have said. Only thing he said is, hey, Shadur Sanders isn't a terrible guy. I haven't told you about how I, enjoy the way he attacks the middle of the field. I haven't told you how I enjoy the way that he trusts his receivers in certain things. I haven't told you how I love the way that he can layer the football. I haven't even told you the things that I like about Shadur Sanders or my positive things. Because typically, hey, I want y'all to know, some of y'all get in my comments and y'all be like, oh my God, you're big headed, yellow, shut up. First off, my head is large. Second off, you don't have to worry. Hey, my opinion is just whatever. I'm just a dude yapping in a corner. Oh, hold up. Now guess where I'm at now. Boom. Wait, oh, shit, it's my fault. Guess where I'm at now. Now I'm over here. Now I'm back over here. Anyway, that's not the point. I'd never used that thing, so I wanted to use it. But my point being, that clearly, my opinion doesn't really matter on this situation. So hey, take it how you will, take it how you wish. But the NFL players' opinions, I think. Wow, I think I just sprayed the camera. The NFL players' opinions, I think if you're going to take anybody's opinion from some worth, I think NFL players, and hey, can NFL players get it wrong? Yeah. NFL players can get it wrong. They're not always right 100% of the time. I get it. Obviously, Tom Brady gave his lukewarm take about it. He basically, just to summarize it, said, hey, and he spoke specifically about the Raiders organization, saying that he didn't have any direct impact, yada, yada. If y'all want another video about that, I think we need to reopen that because we just got word that Tom Brady vetoed another Raiders quarterback. So that's not adding up, Tom. But I'm going to skip all this because I heard y'all have, look, the NFL great said it. I gave y'all stats. I even told y'all a little bit of how I feel, right? What's it called? But let's get right into something super exclusive. I don't know who this lady is. This is Miss Brandy. This was posted yesterday. Doesn't even have that many likes. This is an exclusive interview from Shadur Sanders. I mean, while we're here, on the sidelines of David Njoku's softball. Oh, shout out Stacy in the live chat. How you doing, Lord? When do you go live? I go live all the time, man. I'm just picking time. I got to get a real schedule. I'll get it together. Let's hear what Shedeur said, and hopefully this is a good little interview. I have not heard anything from this yet, so we'll see.
Hey everybody, it's Brandy, your favorite sports girl.
Man.
I'm here with one of the.
Oh man, hey, her mic needs to get a little. But hey, she's
it is for you to come into Cleveland and do events like this in the community already.
Nah, it's definitely it's something. I ain't gonna lie, I don't trust how they batting, so let's turn. Let's turn.
Uh-oh.
Hey, they already, you know what I'm saying?
I don't trust. What would you say is the biggest misconception?
Oh no, that's just over the thing. Okay.
The biggest misconception, I don't know. I don't think people perceive you the wrong way.
Oh, he said, wait. And I don't know if he be copyrighting his perfect timing, so I'll have to stop and start so my stream don't get shut down and so my video can go up. But right off the bat, right, and he's for real. Okay, I thought he was joking. He's serious. He do not trust whoever is at bat right now. He got a serious problem with them. But that's not the point. All right, the point is, right, she asked the question, hey, what's a misconception about you? And he's been pretty consistent about that, even to the media. The media has kind of setting him up, and some could say for a negative or a positive way, right? This could be an opportunity for you to kind of explain yourself. Hey, I'm this guy, I'm that guy. But instead he says, hey, there's no misconception, right? People just think how they think, and then I think someone almost got their head take off. But let's see for the next question.
So I see you're watching out for their swings. How do you think you're going to swing out there today, or what teammates do you think will impress you?
By the way, Shedeur got a triple. That boy got up to the plate, hit one of them triples. Sorry, the music I can't always play it. You know what I'm saying? But what are you saying?
Some of the biggest things that help you stay grounded.
Here we go.
I'll say God for sure.
There we go.
Family. I'll say the kids.
With them diamonds blaring at me. He said the kids. He loves the kids now. He loves the kids.
If you weren't doing football, what do you think you would pursue?
No football. What would Shedeur do? Put it down below in the comments right now. Down low. Down below. Jeez. Put it down below in the comments. And again, I have to keep stopping this because
I don't know. I can't imagine without balls. So I don't know what I'll do.
All right, you guys. Shedeur Sanders.
All right, that's it. Again, I didn't know what that was, but good to hear from Shedeur. Good to get a little exclusive interview. And good to hear from, some dudes that know about football. Nick Saban, Kurt Warner, Shadur Sanders, some dude named Troy Aikman, and another dude named Warren Moon. And to summarize some things, right, Kurt Warner is, says he's the most accurate. Drew Bledsoe says he's a first-round talent. Troy Aikman says he's going to be and have a long, plentiful NFL career. Nick Saban says he's the most accurate. in college football. And Mr. Warren Moon believes that he can have a lengthy career, but also believes that there's a certain level of understanding that he has to grow with. And I think Shadur Sanders would agree with that. But if you disagree with me, it doesn't really matter. If you disagree with these NFL players, comment down below. Don't you comment at me. If you comment, I ain't gonna respond to one comment unless you saying something nice. I'm gonna say what's happening. I appreciate all my phenomenal viewers, because sometimes I'll be talking to the people who are mean in the comments. There's some of y'all are so amazing. 26,000 subscribers. Y'all are phenomenal. I know y'all are only here to hear about Shedeur or to hear about Dion. I know 2 or 3 y'all are here to hear me yap, and I appreciate that. But no matter why you're here, for the positives and the people who don't say negative things and say positive things, I love those comments. Those are great. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are my guys. But to the negative commenters, you ain't gotta say nothing to me, son. If you want to dispute something, I didn't say these things. The NFL legend said it. So, hey, continue to be great, be phenomenal. Like the video if you like it, dislike if you don't like it, subscribe if you enjoy football content. We will see you next time. At peace.